Man, this whole time, bro, they made us fucking think Africa was such a poor country, bro. Such a place you wouldn't want to be at, bro. And speed is single-handedly changing my perspective on life. Like the music in Africa, the culture, everything, every single aspect of Africa just makes my insides feel so good, bro. And it makes me just want to leave America, bro. I feel like America is the trap. America is the trap. The American dream is the trap. Everybody else is free, but not free from America. America's the problem, bro. America's the fucking problem. And I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Like, Speed, thank you, bro. Thank you.
This is really funny. Like, Africa is so blessed. Trust me when I say this. I can categorically tell you that Africa is one hell of a blessed continent. Yeah. And the truth is all out. A lot of people are very scared of coming to Africa because of the lies they have all heard. The same people that sold the lies are the same ones coming to enjoy Africa. You come to Africa, you see a lot of white guys trooping in and out, coming to enjoy the beauty of Africa. Same way people talk shit about the black Americans and never taking time to relate with them and understand them. That's the same way people talk shit about Africa. And they say all the negative things about Africa. I am African, even though I don't live in Africa at the moment, but I am African. I've lived in Africa for so many years. And I can tell you that Africa is a very beautiful place. When you come to Africa, you will find peace, you will find joy, you will find a home. Trust me. If you see Speed, you will realize that Speed is one of the people in Find Out era right now because he is traveling all around Africa and discovering that there is just so much joy in the African continent. Come on. There is so much joy in the African continent. I'll let you guys see the rest of the videos and come back with more commentaries, okay? I give credit to all the original content I have used on this channel today. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love, and the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. This is what our people fought for. This is what they fought for when they fought against Jim Crow and segregation. This is what the slave revolts were about. This is what it's always been about. Is to be able to go back home to a home that you've never been and be unapologetically black and not have to think about being black. Just being able to have your natural hair and your brown skin and not be judged and not be racially profiled and not be killed. I love the love that he is getting. And I love the love that all of my African American people are getting in the continent. And I know there's a lot of issues. I know there's a lot of things that need to be worked out. But I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And I love that for him. And I love that for all of my people that are over there. And I can't wait to hit the soil and experience it myself.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. feel my ancestors, man. I feel my ancestors. I feel them calling. I feel my ancestors. Oh, this is the land of the blacks. Because these people are black. See, I'm having this natural mango, man. Straight from the earth, straight from Mother Nature. Okay, we got some real fruits, man. Not that GMO shit in Detroit. We got the real fruits from God, from the source, from the earth. You see the earth. Grand rising, y'all. Right now, we in nature. You know, I'm in the jungle right now, man. Nah, not that fake concrete jungle in New York. I'm in the real jungle, man. Nature's the closest thing to God. This is where we're supposed to be. Cause you know, like when I see myself in y'all, man, we family. We family, we're the same, man. They see us the same way.
No, I said that.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like.
And I personally believe that what Speedy's doing right now, without even realizing it, is he's literally waking up the masses. He's waking up the masses from all the propaganda and the lies that the media has fed America, Black Americans, about Africans and Africa. You know, he might not even know it or be aware of it, but he is literally healing generations right now. And trust and hear what I'm saying. Speed was divinely chosen for a time such as this. It might be an innocent thing and look like it's streaming, but a lot of Americans are waking up and realizing they were fed lies. And everything that they learned and were taught about Africa were lies. I have so much more respect for Speed after watching just a couple of days of his tour. Yeah, I'm definitely subscribing.
Yo, so I'm kind of confused. Like, I show Speeds in Africa, and like, how? Like, they have Wi-Fi. I never knew that. And like, they have cars, houses. Like, shit's crazy. I never knew that.
Speed's Africa tour is kind of scaring me right now because the amount of people admitting that they didn't realize that Africa wasn't just like sticks and mud. Like, Africa actually has, modern technology and roads and running water and all that type of stuff. And then that Africa is a continent, not a country. I've seen clips of Speed's tour and I love it because every place he goes, he kind of rewrites the stereotype or the image that people have in their head, and he shows that, hey, this is a normal place. But especially with Africa, some of y'all I genuinely worry about. Because even when people who are like, oh, but the American propaganda makes you think that Africa is just nothing and extremely all this. Guys, can you do a little bit of research and maybe just a little bit of logical thinking? Do you really think an entire continent would just be sticks and mud and tribal people? If you just look up Africa City, you will see so many cities that look just like ours with skyscrapers, big buildings, roads, infrastructure, all that type of stuff.
So let me tell you something. Speed's Africa streams, they hit differently, fam. Way better than his streams anywhere else, especially in Europe. I'm noticing it. And I gotta ask, are you noticing too? Because it's all love over there. The vibes, pure good energy, no drama, no crazy names being yelled at him. Just people vibing, doing his catchphrases, embarking with him like it's a whole movement. And hold up, he even met the president of Angola. He's out here living, doing races, and it's all good times. Honestly, this is the energy we need everywhere. But here's the thing. Why are the people in Africa treating Speed so much better than in some other places? Especially Eastern Europe, where it's not always the same vibe. Could it be that people have been misrepresenting Africa for years? Maybe they don't really know the place. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a difference. Africa's showing up, and it's a whole nother level of love and respect. That's what's up.
Why am I seeing grown-ass people crying on my For You page because they've just learned that Africa has buildings? Are you serious? I'm so sorry, but if you thought that Africa was all mud huts and lions in the year 2026, that is willful ignorance on your part, and I cannot defend you, sorry. Speed is doing a tour of Africa or something like that, and the amount of people I've seen on my For You page shocked that Africa is a civilized continent. Continent, by the way, not country. Africa is a continent with 54 countries. It's the most genetically diverse continent in the entire world. And you thought not one of those 54 countries had skyscrapers. They didn't have cars. They were living in mud huts in all 54 of those countries. It's 2026, and you thought that? And you're crying? I understand. The West is a propaganda machine. They have fed us so many lies about Africa. We've all seen the adverts of the malnourished kids covered in flies and the women carrying water back to their villages. And yes, that is a reality for some Africans. But we've had the internet for 30 years now, and you never Googled it. You never thought to do your own research, not once. Okay. I see people from Africa all the time on this app trying to educate people that Africa is not all people living in mud huts in villages. They have cities, they have skyscrapers, they have cars, they have roads, they have everything. But people just aren't taking to it. How are you crying? How are you crying because you're finding out through Speed that Africa has buildings? Are you serious? If you made it to 2026 thinking that the entirety of Africa is still living in the Stone Age, that's not just because you fell for propaganda, it's because you didn't care enough to do your own research.
Speed Africa Tour really has taught me you gotta ignore what people tell you, period. Because majority of the time, they not even speaking from a place of experience. They really just speaking because they don't want you to do something. Sometimes it can be coming from a place of just jealousy or just extreme dislike, but most of the time, it's just because they just don't want to see you actually improve. They don't want to see you expand your horizons, actually try out new things, maybe make a couple new friends. In a lot of cases, especially when it comes to like a whole lot of this internet stuff, people would rather see you remain stagnant than ever do anything else. And this is kind of like proof positive of that, because there's really people who, now granted, there's less of them, but there's people who genuinely did not want him to do this. And they've never even been to Africa, haven't really thought about going, and the few times they did, it was to somehow disrespect everyone there. Even though from what I'm seeing, it looked like everyone there is just welcoming him with open arms. Bro just was in Mozambique. I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff about the whole continent off of just a few streams he's been there. So yeah, man, you gotta ignore a lot of the noise, man.
I've been asking myself why I'm getting emotional watching these streams. I'm seeing the love he's receiving in Angola, in South Africa, and it's overwhelming in the best way, especially knowing how differently he was treated in Europe. That contrast really hit watching a Black man from the United States, with his visibility and presence, go back to the African continent and be welcomed, respected, and treated with humanity. It does something to you. Because growing up, we were constantly told Africa was unsafe, primitive, somewhere we didn't belong, somewhere that didn't want us. And now I'm watching the exact opposite. I'm watching warmth. I'm watching pride. I'm watching people embrace him simply for being who he is. What really moves me is how free he looks, just existing, being Black without having to think about being Black. Natural hair, brown skin, no fear, no judgment. I know Africa isn't perfect. There are real issues, just like anywhere else. But this love, this connection, it's powerful.
And another thing, all the African women I've seen in iShowSpeed videos are all beautiful. All of them are pretty. It doesn't matter. Like, even the one that had braces on, she's beautiful in South Africa. And the girl he took the number from, she's beautiful. The girls he sat beside and tried to get their numbers is beautiful. The Eswatini girls are beautiful. The Zimbabwean girls are beautiful. Oh my God, the Johannesburg, like, and it's not just beauty. Some of them have body, so it's body and beauty. Man, Africa just seems lit. Joburg in Zimbabwe has been the littest so far. Like, I'd go party in Joburg first and then Zimbabwe, because I think Zimbabwe music sounds similar to Jamaican music, but my God, Africa is lit.
I've never seen an African celebrity treated that way by Black Americans here in America. That's how we treat people in Africa. iShowSpeed is getting nothing but love. Nobody's calling him any name. Nobody's saying anything about him. He's just having a good time. He's enjoying himself because he's home. Speed is single-handedly destroying centuries of negative propaganda done on Africa.
The only country that view is insane. Look at that South African view, bro. That shit is dead ass beautiful, bro. Imagine living here.
You guys can see Aisha's speed reaction of seeing the beauty of the continent of Africa. Right now, I think he's in South Africa, maybe Johannesburg, if I'm not mistaken. Yesterday, he was in Angola. Tomorrow, probably gonna go to Botswana, another country. So probably gonna spend like a day and a half in each country. And I can't wait when he goes to Nigeria, Ghana, Morocco, Egypt, Kenya, Uganda, all this beautiful country, Rwanda. I don't want to forget that you're gonna probably gonna go to 24 countries to show you what each country in Africa has. And you guys can be shocked what is the each country has the beauty, infrastructure, and all these buildings and all these things. I can't wait when you guys to show Western world that what is Africa has to offer. You know, as soon as you tell someone you're from Africa, they think, oh, you guys don't have cars, you guys don't have houses. Where do you guys live? Do you guys live with a lion? Have you seen a lion before? Like they ask you stupid ass question. But I'm so happy I should speak right now touring Africa to let people see what is Africa is about. Enjoy your tours. I should speak in Africa and show the world what is Africa is about. Peace.
Wait a minute. So, oh my goodness. So somebody actually believes that there are no cars in Africa. Hey, goodness. Let me tell you one truth. Africans actually spend so much money on cars. So much money. Africa is one continent that I know that spends so much money on cars. Like, we love good cars. Trust me. We love good cars. I am very shocked that many people have that ideology about Africa. You know, I went through some comments and I'm going to read them out quickly. Someone said, you need to keep in mind that he wasn't going to the high-end places. He was just going to the regular places. And sincerely, I agree with that. There are places you go to in Africa that you see a lot of luxury. Like if you go to places like Lagos in Nigeria or Abuja, Abuja, or Lagos as well, you know, places like Lekki in Lagos, trust me, you will not believe what you will see there. You will see a lot of luxury, like the latest cars, the Bugattis, the Ferraris, skyscrapers. You will see a lot of, oh my goodness, you don't want to know. Places like Accra, I've been to Accra, I've been to Legon in Ghana. Beautiful skyscrapers, beautiful places. You have no idea what's at stake. Someone else said that then all the people who had to see those disturbing, starving children advertisements on TV and YouTube should be reimbursed to whoever donated to them. Sincerely, because now most people, of course, there are very rural areas in Africa. And those videos you see are the very rural areas in Africa. Those places exist. Trust me, I'm not disputing the fact that they don't exist. But they are like the minorities. You know, they go to such places, you know, do take up their cameras, video them. And because those people are very primitive, when they see someone that looks a bit affluent or someone that looks like a celebrity, they rally around them, you know, and people now tend to feed them, you know, and all of that. But sincerely, that's not the case. I can trust me when I say this, I can categorically tell you that that's not always the case. Africa is blessed. You know, in Africa, you know, one of the major things people do in Africa is they go into agriculture. And most of the foods we consume in the West and, you know, every other place, most of them come from Africa. Talk about cocoa, all the chocolates you eat, all the, you know, most of that cocoa comes from Africa. In Africa, they farm those farm produce and ship them and export them to westernized countries. Cocoa, cassava, the nuts, all the granules, and all of that. All of these things come from Africa. They come from the motherland. Trust me, when you come to Africa, you'll be treated nicely. I have traveled to so many African countries. Just a few months ago, I was in Morocco. Oh my goodness, the reception was beautiful. I have been to several, not even countries that I am from. I have been to several African countries and I have been treated nicely. I have been treated nicely. Now, tell me, have you been to Africa? Have you had any culture shock? Please share them in the comment section. I want to read from you. Who has been to Africa here? Can you please throw some lights? Thank you guys for coming with me on my channel today. Please, I'll be reading your comments. What are the culture shocks you received when you got to Africa? Any part of Africa? There are over 50 countries in Africa. Let's know, what country have you been to? Did you get any culture shock? What did you like about Africa? I'm sure so many people will say something good about Africa because Africans are just peaceful people. Trust me. Okay, guys. We have come to the end of this video for today. I want to give credit to all the original creators, original content I have used on my platform today. Thank you so much. God bless you all. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell, share, and like. Okay, thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Cheers.